Tashidele Kukamsang. So this post is about Senge, Sandungbo Senga Sing, Kandungbo Ke, Senge. The etymology of this word is linked to Sanskrit, siMha, which also means lion. The significance of Senge, the word Senge or the line in Tibetan culture is quite large. Like in India, the line is utilized in Buddhist context, in political factors, and as well as in cultural affairs. For example, the first phrase we have here, Ute Singen Jingnu. U Te Singen Jingnu. U means Uma, Te means Tema. So Ute Singen Jingnu is employed in Tibetan Buddhist philosophical contexts. The phrase means that Madhyamika and Pramana are like two lines back to back, which is to say that when a philosophical arguments of these two systems are combined and put forward, they are so logical that it cannot possibly be refuted by anyone. The imagery of two lines guarding each other displays this meaning, and then second one we have Ta Sing Chongduk. Tak means tiger, Sing means lion, Sing is the short form of Singe, so Sing means lion, Chong means Garuda, Dug means dragon. So the Ta Sing Chongdu is the representation of four elements in the ancient Bon tradition. Tak, Tak represents the wind. Yes, Tak represents the wind. Lion represents the earth. Garuda represents the fire, and dragon represents the water. However, this is one of several ways of denoting the representation of these animals. The most popular one is found on Tibetan prayer flags, where the horse represents the wind, tiger for fire, and lion for earth, Garuda for space, and dragon for water. And that's there. I think there are a couple of other ways of denoting the representation of these animals, and here we have some other names that are proliferated from the word line: Sing Tu, Kang Sing, Singen Ti, and Singen Ngaro, Senge Tabu, Senge Relpa. So these are different words that are related to the word Senge. And then we have some other, these Senge Rida Jebu, Dongapa, Longbunjum, and these are different synonyms of line. The reason it is called the king of beasts, or king of, maybe Rita means more or less like normally it is translated as wild animals, so the king of wild animals or king of beasts. And the reason for this is quite obvious, because it is the strongest, basically the strongest beasts on the earth. And then we have Dong Ngapa. Dong means face, Ngapa means five, basically the five-faced one, which means this is basically used in because the lion's face appear to have five different faces on it, according to Tibetan culture. And you could probably find five faces on lion's face. That's a tradition we describe. That's why it's called Dongapa. And then we have Longbunjum. Longbo here it means elephant. So elephant defeater. This is also quite obvious. Reason why we call it elephant defeater, because lions often defeats the elephants in the wild life in the animal kingdom. I think that's all about it today.